Now then, they thought it would only take a few weeks, but 3 years on, campaigners who set up a protest camp against a road scheme in Essex are still there.
Camp Bling on Priory Crescent in Southend was created to fight plans for a dual carriageway. The road hasn't been built, but the battle's not over yet. Plans for a scaled-down road scheme are still being discussed. Louise Beale has more.
Not many people can boast having a Saxon king's burial site in their front garden, but for the people living at Camp Bling, it's something they've got used to. Originally just a protest site, it's now a mecca for environmental campaigners. But is roughing it for 3 years as bad as it sounds?
There's all sorts of cultural stereotypes about having long hair and not washing and, swamp is here somewhere surely. Well, the reality is it's not quite like that.
Originally just one platform in a tree, the camp has grown. It now has 9 makeshift huts, including a washing area and compost toilet. Well, it was plans to widen this road that originally brought the protesters here 3 years ago. Now there are around 12 people that live here on site permanently, but there are plenty of regular visitors too.
It's a haven of peace where the animals, the foxes can come. It's just full of wildflowers. It's a beautiful place to come.
It was set up on the 23rd of September 2005 to protest against a proposed dual carriageway being built on Priory Crescent. Nearly 2 years later, the protesters seem to have won a battle when the council changed their plans, saying the dual carriageway wouldn't go ahead and the Camp Bling site would be left as open space. Today, the council say they're pressing the government for an urgent response on funding for their plans for better road access in the area. But do people living nearby want a new road?
Well, we don't need it, do we?
I think there's better measures we could be putting in rather than just putting in additional roads.
Do you want the road to be built?
No.
Why
no.
not?
Because I think at the end of the day, cars are taking over everywhere.
I think it's awful to take some of the old trees away and cut the park up in bits, just so more traffic.
Whilst the folk at Camp Bling wait for a decision, they're using the protest as a platform to discuss wider environmental issues and hope people will understand.
They think people are squatters or, gypsies or hippies and we're living a certain lifestyle and reckless. Sometimes you get a person who'll come in here and they just decide to wander in and look and wow, to know the other side as well is to actually come in and visit us and talk to us and see the kind of people we are and what we really mean.
It's an uncertain road ahead for the Camp Blingers, but they've promised if plans to change the road are scrapped completely, they'll clean up and move on. Louise Beale, Anglia News, Southend.